Well, g'day guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to the last part in this series with the SP10 Mk2 turntable, the mighty Technics. Now, I haven't got my Technics t-shirt on today, I should have. Anyway, this is all about the power supply, this one. Now, the power supply, let's have a look around the back. There's not much to see at the back of it. We've got a 5-pin XLR in there. I have called it a 5-pin DIN in the past, but, well, it's 5 pins and it looks like a DIN. But it's actually an XLR socket, a 5-pin XLR. And our line voltage in. And, of course, selectable in through the back with a slotted screwdriver. And we'll take a closer look at this in a moment. It's an SP10E. And, well, there's not much more I can tell you about it. Now, what I've got here is a circuit. So let's bring the circuit up on the screen there. Now, as you can see, we'll just go through it a little bit. No details, just explaining this is the circuit, this is what it looks like. AC in 110, 120, 220, 240 at 50 or 60 cycle. Okay, 1.6 amp fuse, and you can then see the selection switch on that connects to the transformer. The transformer secondary's got a 1 amp fuse coming out of it, which goes to a bridge. And we're looking up the top, along the top. I haven't got an interaction here of the actual circuit itself, so just follow me along. Always replace the electrodes in these power supplies. Okay, so there's one there at C410. It starts C411, and yeah, just go through it. Pretty simple power supply, and that cruises through to our D supply of 5 volts. Okay, C2 up the top there. C2 is 5 and C3 is 0 volts. Probably not ground. I'm not real sure whether it's ground. I don't think on the 5 volt line that is ground, but I could be mistaken. Okay, the next middle section of the power supply is our 32.5 volt DC, which runs the actual, the motorboard, your logic, the logic's running at 5, the motor and associated drive circuitry, that's the word I was using, 32.5, and as you can see, start replacing the caps right at the beginning, 413 up the front end, just after the diodes, and work your way through. I'll show you where all these are in a moment. And our final supply down the bottom is our 140 volts, mostly for our neon. Now, a very simple supply. Once again, there's a couple of electrodes in there, just check them. That 140 has to be 140. If it's 120, there's going to be a problem. Well, that's what I've found anyway. And then you can see the DC socket. So there's your pinouts. You've got pin 1, 0 volts, pin 2, 5 volts, pin 3, and we've got 32.5. That's not 325 volts, by the way. It's 32.5. Just to clarify, we're not working on a high voltage radio here. And, well, the high voltage is pin 4, and it's 140 volt. Okay, and the last little supply is for the pilot lamp, and a little fuse there, 125 milliamp, just to protect everything. And as you can see, the fuse is on the output of the transformer, coming from the top down, 1 amp, and then the next supply is a 2.5, next one's a 315 milliamp, and then 125 milliamp. Okay, righto. Well, that's sort of a run through. You may not have a circuit for this, so that's why I thought I'd put that up for you, talk about it for a while, and you can frame grab whatever you want to do on that to get yourself sorted if you've got one of these. Now guys, this is a turntable that has its own separate power supply. There is no power supply whatsoever, or very little, in the turntable itself. It's not one of these turntables you can just plug in. Okay, because a lot of guys haven't seen these. And well, front, on, off. That's it. Okay, let's take the top off this. And as I said, I have recapped this a couple of years ago, which was a shame. I'd like to have taken you through the recapping. But anyway, let's have a look, and we'll adjust a couple of voltages and check them, make sure everything's right. And you may learn something from this, because this is also a very important piece of gear in the system. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, got the screws out. Now, let's take this off. Now, for you guys that wanted to see some specs, there you go. And of course all the warnings. I don't know why you'd need so many warnings on a turntable, but there it is. Righto guys, well, there it is. Not much on top. All your fuses are there. And, well, we went through the fuses, the 4 from the transformer and the 1 from the AC in. And down here we've got 2 little trim pots. Now, we've got, you can't quite see him there. I've got a blowfly that wants to be part of the action. What I'm going to do is take some screws out here and lift this board up so that we can see underneath. Now there's the other side. That's our main regulator transistor for, I think that's our 5 volts actually. Not certain, the diagram doesn't say. But anyway, let's take this up. Let's have a look here. Now, we'll unplug that fella. And lift him up. And guys, there's our supply. Now, I want to get just a little bit closer on this one. There you go. Now, as you can see, quite a few transistors and so forth. When you do this, one of these, take those 3 screws out, flip this board up and check for dry joints everywhere underneath it, especially around that little regulator there, regulating transistor. Just check everything. Okay, check every joint. Now, as you can see, I've replaced these capacitors. There's 2 there, a couple there. There's our 140 volt capacitor. He's a must. That will be leaking. And another couple here. And up the front, we've got our main filter cap up in there, which comes from our first bridge. Okay, so that's it. There's not a hell of a lot to it. So let's have a look and see what we can measure, what we can do with the trim pots here. So what I will do now, which you've got to do when you're working on this, put this board back on. And now that you've seen inside there's not really much to see in these. They're a very, very straightforward power supply. Certainly not much to them. Okay, so we'll screw him back up, and then we'll come back down here, work out which one's which, and adjust some voltages on this little fella. We'll just make sure that he's right. I'll get the camera in a better position. We'll get my multimeter. We'll set it up, plug him in, and see what we got. Okay, got our meter. Now I've raised this plug here just a little bit so we can put our probe just in underneath it, and the voltages are written there as to what they should be. So this is ground, so we're going reference ground. It's a basic power supply. Let's put him on, and I'll let this sit for say 10 minutes here now, and just let it warm up, let it stabilise, and then we'll adjust these fellas. Have a look at it. Right, well, we've given that in around 20 minutes actually. So let's have a look. Now on this plug here we've got 0 volts, which is our ground, 5 volts, 140 volts and 32.5 volts. Okay, so we're going to be looking at our 5 volt rail, which is this fella here. This is our 32.5, that one. Alright, we are on this one back here. So if we go here for 5 volts, I'll just get my probe in there. There we go, 5.041. Now I don't think we'll get much closer than that, will we? Let's see. We might. Gee, that's not bad. There you go. 5.000. Not a bad stabilised supply. Okay, the 140, which we can't adjust, is actually 156. That's about normal without the load of the neon and associated resistors with that. The 32.5 is right at the end, which is there, 32.53, so we could adjust him, not much. Oh, he's a bit touchy, this one. 32 point, oh, I don't know guys, I mightn't be able to, 5.1, 5, there you go. Now I can't get my alignment tool out. 4.9, 5, 32.5. Yeah, 5.1. We're not dealing with valve radios now. We can get the voltage pretty close. And 5.001 as it stabilises, 32.51. So I'm very happy with that. When you're poking around with these, be careful. You've got live here, 240 live on these tags here. So yeah, just don't do as I do. Active right there, and the fuse is active. So just in around here, there wasn't much with covering things up. These fellas won't hurt you, they're on the output of the transformer, but that one will nab you, and these will knock you for 6 if, especially that one, active, if, excuse me, if you touch them. Okay, so we can push our little plug back home. There you go. And Well, guys, that's it as far as the setting up, as far as what's inside it. There's no more voltages to be done. Right, turn him off. Now, what I want to show you is as well, up here, you've got, supposing your little light isn't coming on, a little incandescent lamp there. Now, this is a 12-volt lamp, and hang on, may not be. Yes, it is. It's, yeah, I've got a 12-volt lamp in there, a little incandescent lamp. The red wires run back here, and it's got PL there for pilot lamp, and PL here for pilot lamp. So those two, you can just replace a lamp very easily. What else can I tell you about it? Let's have a look underneath. Not much. 4 rubber feet. We've got a serial number on here, SP10 Mk2 XAL, and our serial number that matches the turntable that came with this supply. Now that's long gone for me, but it's still got a serial number on it, so it can still be traced. What else? Big transformer, mains transformer, doesn't get hot. It's not switch mode, which is a fantastic thing. If only all power supplies were reliable and still like this. But then again, China wouldn't be able to sell you any more, would they, if everyone kept these? All right, I'll put the lid on this. We'll have another quick look over it. Not much more to tell you. As I said, the plug back here is a 5-pin XLR type, so it locks in. It pushes in and then locks. And, well, that's it. Let's put it together. And there it is, all back together. Now, guys, a close-up view of the front. That's what they look like. A very basic SH10E, and you turn him on, and if let's plug him in. I've got to show you the lamp. There we go, he's on, and yeah, not much else to it. And as I said, the big thing with these, look at that. Look what's written there. Not very often you see that these days. By the Matsushita Electric Industrial Company. Draws 26 watts when it's, when it's going, probably when it's idling. So there's the power unit. It's for a SP10 Mk2 or an SL1000 Mk2. That's the two turntables that this unit will fit. Around the back, as I said, there's your selector, your voltage selector. And how do you, yeah, there he is there. I didn't know whether I could see that or not, but it's on 240 volts at the moment. As you turn it around, that changes. There's your pinouts for your XLR 5-pin. And the manual tells you what everything is anyway. Righto, guys. Well, that about wraps it up for this one. So I hope you get something from this. I hope maybe it helps you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe you just wanted to see what's inside one of these things. But anyway, I hope someone got some benefit out of this video. So that's the conclusion of the SP10 Mk2 series. I can't tell you any more about it. This unit is for sale if you know of anyone that wants it, or you may want it. Just flick me an email. The address is in the description. If anyone is interested out there, it can go on eBay, but eBay tend to take a fair chunk of your money. Not real good these days. But anyway, what's up next now that this is finished, where is it? This thing behind me here. Yeah, Chrysler. Okay, so I've got to get into it, but there'll be a couple of videos in between because that's a big one. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for being part of the series. Buy me a coffee if it helps. A super thanks if it helps at all. And, well, we'll see you on the next video. Okay, guys. Bye for now.